Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. Today is Monday, September the 5th. It's Labor Day. I am Joe Sarvati, affectionately known as Coach, and I am joined by the one and only Josh Crash Davis. Crash, how are you on this Labor Day?
I'm doing well. There is so much going on, though, between the Major League Baseball slates today and NFL season about to start, fantasy drafts all over the place, just a ton going on. So I'm trying to keep my head on straight here.
Well, you know what? The good thing about it, though, today is it's all about baseball. There's nothing else but baseball. I know we got all those other things going on. I was prepping for us for the Live Golf that comes up next. And there's the President's Cup in golf. We've got big NASCAR next week, MMA, football starting. But you know what? What I love about today, Crash, is it's all baseball. And of course, the sites didn't make it easy between DraftKings, Fanduel, and Yahoo. There's 10 million different options and slates and everything else going on here. And then you had a little bit of an internet issue there. So I'm sorry we got on a few minutes late. Crash was almost his crashed internet there. Didn't.
Yeah, my internet crashed.
But everything's good now. Hopefully everybody can hear us well. What's up, MB? Bankroll Theory, what's the word? Great to see you guys in there. DePrince, Rodney Pollard, awesome to have you in there. Payne was number one in the chat today, so he wins. We're still missing some of the regs. Where is everybody? Hopefully we get some other people jumping in. They were late as well. Dominic, what's the word today? Happy Labor Day to you. All right, well, the one thing, first of all, we've got 12 games now instead of 13 with the game in Cleveland getting washed out. So that helps things a little bit. And then as far as Coach Talk, we're going to...
Pittsburgh.
Pardon me?
You said Cleveland. You meant Pittsburgh.
I'm sorry, Pittsburgh. Yeah. Pittsburgh game is washed out. That game's off the board. Cleveland is playing. Pittsburgh's the game that's off. It's 12 games total. And we're covering slates all over the place for you. We're going to get through this pod so that you have time to post the 12:35 slate. We're going to provide a 4:05 and the main slate at 6:40. So we're doing all three of them. There is some rain in different spots. I don't think it's going to be as bad now that the Pittsburgh game's already off the board. We do have Toronto, Baltimore, a little bit of rain, possibility in Minnesota, New York. But we're going to be watching the radar. We're going to make sure that we don't get stung on any of those games. And we're going to be, providing lineups for just about everything today, Crash?
Yeah, definitely.
Today, mostly on this podcast, though, we'll go over every game like we always do. But we're going to concentrate on that main slate on DraftKings and FanDuel that starts at 6:40. So that's what we'll be hitting pretty good here. Dominic getting over COVID. Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, brother. Yeah. Glad you're feeling better. We've missed you in here a little bit, that's for sure. Question for you, Crash. What do you think of this slate so far? What's your initial take on the whole thing?
You know me, I like the smaller slates, so I'm automatically going to lean towards this slate a little bit heavier than normal. I think the pitching's okay. I think there's some decent pitching spots, and I think there's some sneaky bats too. So,
yeah, I like it. I really like this slate. I mean, I spent some time on it last night and then again this morning and just feel really good about it. I usually get agitated when they're all broken up into different groupings, but I like that 4:05 main slate-ish on Yahoo and some of the in-between afternoon slates on DraftKings FanDuel. And then the evening slate, I think, is really good as well.
Yeah.
So, what's going on, MB? Great to have you in here. King of all trades. Happy Labor Day to you as well. Thank you for jumping in here with us. Good vibes. Again, we have to have those good vibes every day. Pretty fired up, Crash. I'm on a hell of a streak on Yahoo, I have to say.
Yeah. Yahoo's been red hot. I played your Yahoo all day lineup yesterday, so that cashed very easily. And I'm going to go to those the 10-man groups. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm playing a lot of the $25, $50, and 109 10-man groups. And you can play the big one, the $15, the big cash one, but it seems like, you really can get by with not an optimal lineup and really cash there. So I don't know if any of you play Yahoo in here. I know we have a few members that play a lot of Yahoo, but I've always told everybody, if you should have an account at DraftKings, Fanduel, and Yahoo. This way, when you have mispricings, which Yahoo does have a lot of mispriced guys that are too low, you can stack up your lineup. Like I was able to get Trevor Story and some of those guys in there where I couldn't fit them in my DraftKings and Fanduel lineup. So I'm just saying, if you've been playing my all-day lineups, literally probably hit what, Crash? 5 out of the last 10, maybe?
Yeah, if not higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so
been really good.
Yeah, jump on that with us, and we'd love to see winners. And when you win, let us know in here. We really want to shout out, give some love. If you have an opportunity on Twitter to post some victories and tag us, we'd love to retweet and shout out there. Real quickly, as you start here, if you want to join us, go to dfscoachtalk.com. Obviously, Thursday is the start of the NFL season. We have incredible packages, a 3-payment package, $65 per month for 3 months, and then you're free. You're clear and good to go for the entire NFL season, which goes until January 13th, 2023. And when you sign up for football, you get everything else that we have here, all of our NBA action, golf, NASCAR, MMA, on and on. So it is really a good package. If you just want to try us out for a while, take a look at our 3-day package. Maybe you jump in on Thursday and try that through the weekend. We also have a 5-day package that's very cheap. What is it? $19, I think, Crash?
Yeah, I think so.
We have a lot of people do that in the NFL because they get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So they get all of the NFL action. That's why we developed that membership. So we'd love to have some of you join us. We have the best Discord, best family, really, in the industry. I would put us against anybody. Also, if you're watching right now on YouTube, we have a little different look today. We have the screens back a little bit. Just wanted to try a different look at it. But if you're watching it on YouTube, give us a quick thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and click the little alert in the upper corner. That lets you know when any of our podcasts post. Also, if you're watching on Twitter, like it, retweet it, get the word out there to some other folks. Also, we have instantaneous $25 PayPal that goes in your account if you recommend anybody to Coach Talk. So if they come in and say, hey, Fear Money Entertainment LLC sent me over, or MB or King of Smack, instant 25 in your PayPal account to put towards whatever you'd like. So we would love to have you in there for sure. I'm wondering if Crash is on the 3-game early because the Brewers, sounds like Brewers love going through there again, Crash.
But, yeah, I'll have a bonus core on DraftKings and line up on FanDuel for that slate. Yep.
Excellent.
Is that on Yahoo or no?
I have a Yahoo all day that I'm playing.
Yeah, I just a minute ago reserved my entries for that. I was doing that while you were talking.
I mean, that's my bread and butter. So if you need, those will sell out too. So you need to get in there and reserve those. But MB, appreciate it. See, we're not as zoomed in on our faces, so we're not as terrifying. It's much better with the longer view. So I think that everybody will be appreciative of that. All right, so let's get into this. We've got 12 games. We're going to go over all of them, so we got you covered no matter what slate you're playing. We'll do all our regular stuff that we do. Crash, I'm going to need you, right now I can't play Boom in Pennsylvania. They're going to be coming. They've added 26. So when I'll give you my picks later, we'll pop those up there for Boom so you can get prepped for that one.
Okay.
All right, my friends. Again, let's watch the weather. I'm going to be glued to this all day today and make sure that we don't have any stumblings there. All right, first game on the slate, Crash, if you're ready to get this sucker going. We know that early 12:35 p.m. game in Pittsburgh is canceled. It's washed out. So that removes that stress. So we start at 105, Toronto Blue Jays, Baltimore Orioles, 84 degrees in Baltimore, breeze blowing out to left at 8 miles an hour, about a 15% chance of showers. I think we'll be good. 8.5 is the Vegas total, 4.83 implied for Toronto, 3.67 for the O's. Kevin Gausman, 9.7K against Mike Baumann, 5.5K for Baltimore, one of the youngsters. Lineups are already posted. A pretty much regular lineup for both squads, both stacked up and both trying to make the playoffs. So is this going to be an early game focal point for you, Crash?
We are, sorry, I was looking at Boom Fantasy for a second. We are looking at the Toronto
Baltimore.
Yeah. I do like, I know we like this Baltimore lineup, and I think that there's some sneaky bats that we can get here. I think that Henderson, he looks like he's batting towards the bottom of the lineup compared to like he was batting fifth the other day.
He's batting sixth.
Okay, yeah. So he's not too low, but I do like him. I think that Santander is probably going to be a good play in this game, and I liked Matt Chapman yesterday, and he let me down, so I kind of want to go back to him today. And I like Biggio. He hit a home run for me yesterday, so I like him as well. So the bottom of this lineup, I think the top of it's going to be pretty chalky, so I'm going to try and avoid that a little bit.
Any love for Gausman?
A little bit. I think that because this is not the hitter park it used to be, right, I will like them more than I normally would. But, the Baltimore lineup is one of our favorite, lesser owned lineups out there. So we like to go to them a lot. And I'm leaning more towards Tyon against Minnesota. I just haven't been impressed with Minnesota's bats without Buxton. So I kind of like Tyon a little bit as well.
Yeah. I mean, I like Gausman here. I'm going to avoid some of the Baltimore bats and probably, I think Gausman and Tyon are the guys for the early slate. So, for me, I'll look at the Toronto side of it and try to mix up, my stack there. Certainly, you have to spend through the nose. Top five. How about this, Crash? Top six guys, all six of the Toronto guys in the top of the batting order are 5K or over. I don't know if I've seen that this year.
So do you have this Mike Baumann projected to start, or do you have Jordan Lyles?
I've had two different spots. I've had Baumann in one spot and Lyles in another. So that's the other question here. Let's see. Anybody in chat know what does chat believe? Let's see. Good morning, fam. Didn't play yesterday, but I'm back today. Oh, boy from Cali, a day off. All right, man. Baltimore bats are dangerous. Gausman is chalky. There's no question. All right, we need to. I'm going to dig in here a little bit, Crash. So I have Mike Baumann listed.
Baumann, coach. I'm Baumann on underdog, and I trust them. So I'm going to say Baumann's going to start this game.
And I have him in a few spots as well. So, that's the question. Mike Baumann, he only goes one or two innings. So he's more of a placement guy. So not a guy that you want to go to for sure. He's not playable. And then it's going to, I guess, be a bullpen game mainly for Baltimore.
Yeah, because this is a doubleheader, right?
This is. The Toronto game is a doubleheader.
You wouldn't think they'd want to extend their bullpen too much, though, with it being a doubleheader.
The other game's at 4:40, and that's where it's Barrios versus Lyles. Lyles in that second game is what I have.
Yeah, because Matt Chapman, that's what I was looking at against Lyles. He's got really good BVP against him. He's 7 for 19, 4 home runs.
Yeah.
So I'll probably lean more towards. I may have a little bit more of the Yankees than
The
Toronto.
tough part is, I like the Blue Jays and the Yankees. They're all super expensive. And if you're paying up for Gausman or Tyon, I mean, something's got to give in that early slate. So I'm going to go lighter on that early slate now that the Mets Pirates game's out of it.
Yeah.
But, I think you can sprinkle in some of the Blue Jays for sure, and certainly some of the Yankees. But you're going to have to play some of the lower price guys too. And you can, the good thing about the bottom of those two lineups, Biggio 2.8, Espinal's only 2.4. In the Yankees game, IKF's 2.4, LaCastro 2K, Marwin Gonzalez 2K. So you can mix in the expensive guys with the cheaper guys. That's probably what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Gurriel is the only one that has a home run against, there's hardly anybody faced Bauman, but he is 1-for-1 with a home run against him. So you could look at him as a lower owned, probably lower owned, batting 8th. A lot of times he bats like 5th. So I think that he'll be, a little bit lower owned than normal. So
especially at 4K. Yeah. All right. The other 105 game is the Minnesota Twins, New York Yankees. It's 82 degrees in New York. No wind to speak of. 8.5 is the total. 3.74 implied for the Twins. 4.76 for the Yankees. Chris Archer, 6.1K against Jamison Tyon, 7.8K. We have the lineup set here today. Arise, Correa, Kepler, Miranda, Gordon, Urshela, Cave, Sanchez, Celentino. Pretty much normal for them. Torres leading off for the Yanks today. Torres, Judge, Stanton, Donaldson, Trevino, Cabrera, IKF, LaCastro, and Gonzalez. So completely different lineup for the Yankees today. A lot of guys missing, including who am I thinking of? The second baseman. Help me out here, Crash. Who's the second baseman for the Yankees?
For the Yankees? I mean, it's usually Torres. Cabrera?
No. Who's LeMahieu's who's missing?
Oh, LeMahieu, yeah.
Yeah, LeMahieu. So, definitely a different look for the Yankees today. You're going to have to, experiment and get around the board there. But again, little tough one on this early slate. I don't want to put a ton of steam or time or waste time on that one. So, all right, let's get into the real important games here, and we'll start breaking some stuff down because.
Real quick, I just wanted to mention that the Twins actually have some pretty decent BVP against Tyon. So I don't know. Pitching is going to be kind of a mess, I think, on this early slate.
I think it's more focus on the game starting at 4:10 because you've got a good afternoon slate. DraftKings, Fanduel, full main slate on Yahoo. So let's dive into this. Make sure you put any questions in chat because we want to get to all of those as we get going. Anybody else join us? Let's see here. No, Raiders 7. What's up, man? Glad that you joined in. Coach Mom's in the chat. Everybody looking good here. All right, so I want to go over some things, Crash, on these 4:10 games because I think we've got some nuggets here.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Brewers, Colorado Rockies. We have a Coors game. It's 97 degrees in Denver. It's 11.5 total. So we do have a key game to circle here. 9-mile-an-hour wind blowing in from right center. 6.08 implied for the Brewers. 5.42 for the Rockies. Good Lord. Adrian Hauser, 5.7K against Ryan Feltner, 6K. So my big question, you're the Brewers guy. How much does this game dominate your lineups for the afternoon and for the Yahoo all day?
My early build, I have just about even Milwaukee, Colorado, and the rest St. Louis. So I really like the Cardinals. To me, they're the best team in baseball right now. So, I mean, they're the most consistent anyway.
Right.
I just really like the way they've been playing. So against Anibal Sanchez, I mean, I think that That's a really good matchup for them. You know, the Brewers, I do like them, but they just haven't been hitting. I mean, maybe this heat and cores and everything else will be exactly what they need. But, I mean, they really struggled to do anything against Arizona. Weren't that great against Pittsburgh. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the Brewers right now, honestly.
Well, Feltner has not been good. So that's one good thing. He's been getting smacked around. So that's a guy that, you can pick on a little bit. And I mean, an implied total over 6. If they're going to hit, this would be it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many good.
It's like now or never.
Yeah. And there's some good price guys. Colton Wong's only 3.8. Roundy Tellez 4.2.
Yeah.
Renfroe 4.5. McCutcheon's under 4K now at 3.9. Jace Peterson, if he gets in the lineup against Felter, at 3.3. Your buddy Keston Hura 2.9. And so, I mean, even Tyrone Taylor at the very bottom at 2.8. I mean, you can do wraparound stacks with the Brewers. All 9 guys have the potential to hit one out in that kind of heat in cores.
I like Garrett Mitchell if he's in the lineup.
Who would he be in the lineup for, you think? Taylor?
Yeah, I know Taylor hit 2 home runs the other day, but Mitchell's been in the lineup more against the right-handed pitchers. And Mitchell has some serious pop in his bat. So I think that in cores, I think he's a really good bet for a home run. I would probably rate Renfroe and Tellez as 1A and 1B, and then Mitchell's probably number 3 for me. So hopefully he'll be lower owned at the bottom of that lineup. But I like Mitchell a lot again. I liked him, last Monday, and I like him again this Monday. So.
What's your take on Hauser?
He's crap. I don't like him. He's not looked good at all in his last several starts. And I think in cores, I think McMahon's my favorite. He's leading off or expected to lead off. So I really like that. He would be my favorite bat by far for the Rockies.
I'll tell you, I am so disgusted with the Rockies. I absolutely hate them, man. They give me nothing when I play those guys. Grishik stinks. A lot of these guys just aren't. Iglesias stinks. I played him so much this year. I mean, I get it. It's a perfect scenario. Hauser's not good. McMahon, Rogers, Blackman, Cron, Iglesias, Grishik, and then a bunch of bums at the bottom.
Yeah.
So I don't, personally, I don't think I'm stacking Colorado. I think I'm going to mini stack Milwaukee and hope that isn't one of these insane 12-10 games. If this game's 6-5 or 5-4, I don't think you have to have 4 guys from each side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm totally with you there. I think
it's a little contrarian.
Yeah, my initial build, I had like 2 Rockies, 2 Brewers, and 4 Cardinals, and the pitcher, and I'm pretty sure that was my lineup. So
yeah. All right. Well, let's keep rocking. We have 3 more of these afternoon games. Boston Red Sox at Tampa Bay. Rays in Tampa in the Dome, 7.5 total. Split right down the middle, 3.75 for both sides. Michael Wacha, 9.3K against Luis Patino, 8.4K. This game could get lost in the shuffle because everybody wants to stack the Cardinals. Everybody wants to look at, Toronto and Baltimore a little bit, and certainly Coors being the number 1 target on this afternoon slate. Does this game get lost in the shuffle?
Yeah, I think so. I do like Wacha a little bit for the pitcher, pitching here. But for the most part, I think it will get lost in the shuffle. I think that Yandy Diaz leading off for Tampa is probably my favorite Ray. And as far as the Red Sox go, it looks like Cordero's not in their projected lineup. I would like him with the lefty-righty matchup. So I'll say Verdugo. I like Verdugo. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm just unfortunately probably going to only get to a one-off here on either side. Not sure. Wacha's in play for me, but not positive that's where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then I'll fade Tampa. Tampa's lineup, I mean, I always say this and they just win, but they've got a lot of holes in that lineup, in my opinion. So
I agree.
I would prefer to get a little bit more to the Boston side in this game. All right. 4:15 Nationals Cardinals. There's that Cardinals team you're talking about. Again, here's where we may have some weather issues. So this is one of the games. Yeah, about a 30% chance of showers. Hopefully we'll be good. I'm not scratching anything yet here, but it's 79, wind blowing in 5-6 miles an hour from left. Again, a chance of showers throughout the game. An 8 total in Vegas, 3 for the Nationals, 5 for the Cardinals. Anibal Sanchez, who's been getting smacked around, 6.4K against Jumpin' Jack Flaherty, 7.2K, which I think will be a target for some people here for sure. So Cardinals, are you stacking all over the board, or how are you going to handle this? If you take Goldschmidt and Arenado, that's 12,500.
Yeah, I'm not taking both.
Okay.
I'm taking Goldschmidt. I'm leaning to Goldschmidt here. I like Kim. I like the lefties, Nootbaar, Donovan, Gorman, Dickerson. I mean, those guys are all my favorites outside of Goldschmidt. So Tyler O'Neill's been red hot, so you can look at him too. He didn't do anything yesterday, but he had hit a home run in like 4 of his last 5 games or something crazy like that. So yeah, he's been red hot. So, and if Pujols is in the lineup, you can always play him too. He hit the big home run yesterday that won the game for them. So
amazing.
He's just unreal. 695. So
the Cardinals do a lot of pinch hitting, and like they'll pull guys early on. That's my fear. I like Corey Dickerson. I've always liked him, even though he's not that great. And he's only 2.3, but he gets pinch hit for all the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that couldn't get pinch hit for in this team. Even Nootbaar or O'Neill, and certainly Edman or Molina at the bottom. They use a lot of their guys, especially. Pujols, is going to get an at bat or two. So, yeah, that's a little concerning for me, but I do want to target St. Louis against Sanchez. He's terrible. What about, any of the Nationals bats against Flaherty?
Yeah, it's a little sneaky. I mean, Meneses, he's been really good since they brought him up. And I think that Garcia, the lefty-righty matchup, you have that there. So there's a couple bats for Washington that should be very low owned that you could definitely look at here. This is sneaky play.
Yeah, and I'll more than likely go to Flaherty in that afternoon slate, so probably going to fade that National squad, which isn't very painful to fade. That's for sure. I don't even see the old man in there today either. So why am I forgetting names today? What the hell? Who's the old Rangers dude?
Cruz? Are you talking about Cruz?
Yeah, Nelson Cruz. I don't see in the projected lineup.
Oh, okay.
So he may be out today, which isn't going to help matters.
Yeah. So Meneses is actually he's a lot better against lefties. He's 429 against lefties. He's 268 against righties. So he's not bad by any means against righties, but he's definitely better against lefties.
Oh yeah, he's a lefty smasher, no question about it.
Yeah.
All right, 440 crash. Toronto Blue Jays, Baltimore Orioles. This will be a good one as well. Slight chance of rain here too. This is the other one that I'm concerned about. So really, St. Louis, New York, and Baltimore. This game, I think it's going to be good. They say 35% chance of rain at the start, but we've got time through the afternoon to watch and check the radar out. 84 degrees, wind blowing out to left at 9 miles an hour, 8.5 Vegas total, 4.5 for the Blue Jays, 4 for the Orioles. Jose Barrios, 7.4K against Jordan Lyles, 6.2K. I don't know. What do you think? Is it Blue Jays stack, or do you go Baltimore? Is Barrios a fade for you?
Yeah, I think Barrios is somebody that I would want to pick on a little bit here, probably more than Gausman if we're going to look at a game that I think Baltimore can win.
Right. And you have to be careful because the second game of a doubleheader, there could be some shifting of lineups here.
True. Yeah. So if the main guys are in for Baltimore, though, I like them a little bit here. And then, as I mentioned, for Toronto, Matt Chapman, his really good numbers against Jordan Lyles. So
Yeah.
he would be my favorite play on the Toronto side in this second game of the doubleheader.
Yeah, he's 5K, which is a little troublesome, but he deserves it, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. Could be a good day for Vlad and Springer if you want to pay up. I
Yeah.
do like a lot of these bats against Lyles. I'm starting to see some Kevin Biggio breaking out of that hellacious slump he was in. He's still super cheap, so maybe a look at him. And then on the Baltimore side, I'm not the biggest Barrios guy, and Baltimore is hitting. So a couple of those lefties I think are interesting. And Mullins, I always play Rutschman when he can bat lefty. He is 5.4, so he's expensive. Santander, the switch hitter, and my man Gunnar Henderson probably in the 5 hole again. Another lefty that can hit it. So I'd like some bats on both sides here.
Yeah, I get that. So Pure Money Entertainment said he thought you were going to say Nolan Ryan when you were talking about the Texas Rangers.
Nolan Ryan? Good Lord.
I think Coach knows a little bit more about baseball than that to think that he was one of their hitters.
Nolan Ryan. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You never know. He's so damn tough, he probably could come up there and take a swing.
Right.
Who have I missed? Have I mentioned anything missed anybody in here? No, not too much. Just a few little chats here. Hopefully St. Louis doesn't rain. I know that's a little scary. And they went 11 innings last night. I know they're going to be stretched out, tired. It's going to be crazy. Mr. Feud joined us. What's up, man? How are you? Did we get the boom issue taken care of? Any boom picks today? Yes, we'll have boom picks today. I don't have the board in front of me, but I have the picks, and Crash will read those out when we get to them. And again, if there's 26 states, we have that pinned, that there's 26 states that have boom right now, and they're growing very quickly, but we will have that in there. If you're going to sign up for Boom Fantasy, please do it through our link that's attached. We have it attached on TikTok. We have it attached here in YouTube and on Twitter. And if you want to go to our website, dfscoachtalk.com, you can one click away from downloading it there as well. So really appreciate everybody being in here. Bev, how are you today? Great to see you back in here with us again. Nolan Ryan, that's a great one. I love that. All right. We're getting into the main thing right now. Here's the deal. The main slate on DraftKings and Fanduel. This is the slate that I love today. This is a 4.5 crown slate out of 5 for me, unless something goes, crazy. So, this is it, man. This is where we're going to get down to business. How about we start out, Crash, and let's take a look at right now what the situation is with pitching ownership and stacks so that we can surround what we're talking about here when we go over each game based on those numbers. Does that work for you?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about pitchers first. Right now on DraftKings, you have Blake Snell at around 37%, Haney 33%, Lynn 33%, the rookie Hunter Brown, which I'll talk a little bit about here when we get to him, at 30%, 27% Suarez, 22% Mckenzie. So it's spread out between 6 guys, and then it drops off a cliff. As far as possibility of being a top pitcher there, top 2% pitcher, it's looking like Blake Snell, Tristan Mckenzie, Andrew Haney, and then the other double-digit guys are Lynn, the rookie Brown, Suarez, and Brady Singer sneaks in there as well. That's on DraftKings. On FanDuel, the one-pitcher site, it's a little bit different. You've got Blake Snell at about 31, Haney 21, Mckenzie only 15, Lance Lynn 15, Suarez 12, and then it drops off from there. Chance of being a top pitcher, Snell still leads the slate, Mckenzie, and then Haney and Singer double digits there. On Yahoo pitching wise, a lot different actually. Ownership wise, Snell's the same at 41, Haney 37, Mckenzie from Cleveland 26. The rookie that I'll talk about here, Hunter at 23, Lynn at 17, Suarez 17, and Singer 14. Everybody else down from there. The reason that the rookie that I mentioned is not on FanDuel is because you can't roster him there. They didn't put him in the pool.
No, he's on there.
Huh?
He's on there.
Is he on there?
Yeah.
Where?
He is
Hunter Brown.
Mm-hmm.
On the main slate on FanDuel.
He is 7,700.
I don't see him on there.
Yeah, he's on there. He's right below Jose Suarez.
Okay. He must have been added then, unless I missed something earlier, because I typed his name in and I could not find him. So
yeah, he's on there though.
On the main slate as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, he's not in the projections yet. So maybe if he was added, they'll have to add those in there and we'll see what it says. So very interesting there with the pitchers. You want to hammer out stacks too right now, so we don't have to bust back to it?
Yeah.
All right. Stack wise, this is what we're looking at right now. DraftKings spread out pretty good. San Diego 14, Dodgers 11, Houston 11, White Sox 9, Angels 9, Cleveland 9, Texas 8, and Detroit 6. So people are playing a little bit of everybody stack-wise. Mm-hmm. Same thing on FanDuel, spread out. San Diego 15, Dodgers 13, Houston 11, Angels, White Sox, Cleveland, and Texas all around 8, followed by Seattle and Detroit around 6. Yahoo, it's a little bit different. Milwaukee, this is because it's the 405 slate, so take that into consideration here. Milwaukee 21% and Colorado 13%. That's because it's the Coors game. St. Louis at 9%. So you've got the 3 earlier games on Yahoo all leading the chart there. But for the main slate guys from DraftKings and FanDuel, but you have to play them with Yahoo, you've got then the Padres at 8, the Dodgers 6.5, Houston 5. So totally different look on the sites, and it's going to give us a lot of different opportunities to stack as far as the teams go. So I'm loving it.
Yeah.
All right, there he is. Yeah, King of Smack, 7,700. I'm so glad he's on there. All right, let me give you that right now, Crash, because I want to talk about this guy because I've been waiting for him to come up. Hunter Brown is the number 1 prospect in the Astros minor leagues, not just pitcher, number 1 overall, regardless of position. And this dude, I've seen highlights of him. He's tough. He's only 24 years old, 6'2", 212, has a really nice fastball, and really his killer pitch is his curveball. He's got a 12-6 major league curveball right now. And I think, the question is, how deep does he go in this game? If we can get 5 or 6 innings out of him at the price that he is, I think he could be a real differentiator and a possibility of a takedown. He's only 5,200 on DraftKings, Crash. I know you said 77 on FanDuel.
7,700 on 5,200.
5,200 on DraftKings and only $26 on Yahoo. So if he goes deep enough, his stats are great, his future looks great, and this is a guy that if people haven't heard or done their homework on him are going to miss out. He is really solid, and I like him a lot today.
The only thing that I saw about him that's a concern is his walk rate. Now, Texas is about average. They're 17th in walks.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. He's a 10.6% walk rate. So other than that, though, he does look pretty solid.
I mean, if he's super nervous and he's not getting that curveball over, it could be trouble. But if he's spotting that curveball, I mean, it's major league ready curveball. I mean, it's going to, be a top curve, one of the top curveballs in the league here within a year, or, he's that good. So we'll see. I mean, there's risk, certainly a great GPP play. I'll use him in some of my lineups. I have a buy up and a value pitcher, but he's certainly the second value pitcher for me, where you really can get all the bats you want if you utilize him.
Yeah.
All right. King of Smack says Texas is going to pop him because they have a good walk rate and he's going to let guys on base. I don't know, man. I mean, if you've seen this guy, he's good. I wouldn't say cash game, bet the farm on this guy, but he's better than the average rookie pitcher coming up. He really is.
5,200. That's like cheaper than half the top bats on the slate.
I know. So, I mean, certainly it's risk but it's reward too. And we don't know how deep he's going to go. That's the other reason you can say, if he's only going to go 5 innings or whatever, that could be a deterrent as well. But you got to weigh it all. It's where's the leverage with the ownership? Where's the pricing allowing you to get with the bats? It's a very delicate balance there, and I don't think he's going to get smashed. I really don't. I think he's a good pitcher. All right, let's keep moving here. Here we go.
What time do we have to post the early slate, Coach?
Pardon me?
What time do we have to post the early slate? I'm just keeping an eye on it.
In about 25 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that.
We got a little bit of time.
I know. We got to roll. We have no two brains lineup today either, so we'll get it done. All right, 6:40. Here we go. Main slate on DraftKings and Fanduel. Arizona Diamondbacks, San Diego Padres, 86 degrees in San Diego, wind blowing left to right, a little warmer than normal there. They're getting that heat that they had in LA. The total is 8, 3.12 implied for the D-backs, 4.88 for the Padres. Reen Nelson, 5K for the Diamondbacks. Now, there's a young pitcher that I'm not crazy about. And Blake Snell, the lefty, at 10.2K. He is the chalk guy on all 3 sites, number 1 owned pitcher. Yep. Are you going Blake Snell?
No, he's my number 1 fade.
Okay.
He's my fade pitcher of the day. The Diamondbacks, not only have they won 9 of their last 12 games, but they're in the top 10% in strikeouts now. So they have not been striking out. Earlier in the year, they were one of the bottom teams when it came to strikeouts.
Right.
Now, I think they're the 9th lowest. So they are not striking out hardly at all anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
What kind of exposure to this game other than fading Snell?
I like Juan Soto, Grisham. Some of these lefties, of course, Machado you can look at and Cronenworth, but I think Soto and Grisham are my 2 favorites from San Diego. On Arizona, I like Varsho. I know it's lefty, so he'll be low owned, and Snell's supposed to be chalky, so I like that too. Also like Emmanuel Rivera. I could have a couple bats on each side here.
Nice. Snell's not a full fade for me, but he's not one of my main plays. I probably won't roster him. I hand build 3 or 4 lineups, and he's not going to make it. And it's not that I don't think he's a good pitcher. I'm not as, talking about fading him as much as you are, but I get it. I mean, Arizona's played well. It's hot in San Diego. The ball's going to carry a bit. I'm not going to attack them, though, with any D-backs, a one-off at best. I do like some of the Padres, though. You run into the Soto Machado, very expensive piece of it. But I think you can get to some guys here with Bell and Cronenworth, and make some noise, even a Grisham, because I don't think this pitcher's very good. He's a youngster, unproven. They'll be in their bullpen a little bit. So I don't think having a couple Padres is a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't either. So it looks like FanDuel and DraftKings have both moved that early slate back to 12:05 or 1:05.
Yeah.
But good. Yahoo hasn't for some reason. So
yeah, Yahoo has a tendency not to move anything ever. So you'll have to get that in. We'll have it posted in time for people if they're going to play that all day or on Yahoo. But that's good that DraftKings and FanDuel gives us a little extra time.
Yeah, that's my whole point, is that we got a little bit more time now. So.
Excellent. All right, next game is White Sox Mariners in Seattle. I think the Dome will be open. 7.5 is the total there. I'll double check it and we'll post that in Discord. 3.83 implied for the White Sox, 3.67 for the Mariners. Lance Lynn, 7.9K for the White Sox. Marco Gonzalez, the lefty, at 6.8K for the Mariners. Crash, Lance Lynn is my value pitcher of the day. I'm going to utilize him a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, he's stretched out. I know it's against Seattle. That'll keep some of his ownership down a little bit, but he's pitching well, man. He had a nice outing against Kansas City, 52. Yeah. He only gave up 1 earned against Baltimore and 1 earned against Cleveland. So he has 3 good outings in a row, 8 and 6 strikeouts. I just think it's a really good fit for him, and I don't think he's going to be owned as much. He needed, 4 or 5 starts. He's a workhorse kind of guy.
Yeah.
I see him going 7-8 innings here, and 100 pitches is nothing for him. I mean, he's already been over 95 a couple of times since he got back, and I think people respect Seattle's bats, and they're good. The top of that order, 3 or 4 guys are tough. But I think Lance Lynn's a real sneaky play today. He'll share some of that value pitcher for me with Brown, but I do think at 7,900 on DraftKings, a little expensive on Fanduel at 93, and then 44 on Yahoo. I think he's a good, solid play here. You don't like Lynn today?
No, I'm surprised. I'm looking at these numbers, So Mitch Haniger, who before Julio came is probably their best bat. I mean, probably by far. He's 0 for 11. Carlos Santana, 3 for 12. Eugenio Suarez, 3 for 14. Adam Frazier, 2 for 10. J.P. Crawford, 2 for 11. I mean, Jesse Winker, 1 for 6. So there is not good history here for the Mariners at all against Lance Lynn. So
no, I'll tell you a funny
sneaky.
Story.
Yeah, he's sneaky.
I saw in person a game in Texas where Lance Lynn pitched against the Mariners, and he was dominant. Now, again, that was like 3 seasons ago or whatever it was, or even longer than that. It was before COVID. But it's how when you go to a game live, it sticks in your head.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like Lance Lynn against this Mariners squad. The Mariners team's a lot different than they were then, but still, I just think I think he's underpriced for a guy that you know is going to get innings.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll be way lower owned than like Heaney and Snell. So I think that's a good call.
All right. What else you have? What do you like from that game is what I'm trying to say.
The only thing I like on the Seattle side would be, Julio. I'm just a big Julio fan in general.
Yeah.
And on the other side, though, I don't see AJ Pollock. I would think he'd be in the lineup against the lefty here.
I have him as the batting 7th in the possible lineup. It's not official yet.
So Jimenez, Vaughn, and Pollock would be the righties that I would like against Gonzalez here, the power righties.
Yep. I have a projected lineup, and again, it's not official. Andrus, Robert, Abreu, Jimenez, Vaughn, Grandal, Pollock, Harrison, Gonzalez. I like Chicago as one of my top 2 stacks of the day.
Yeah, I was just about to say they're my GPP stack. So,
are they? Yeah. White Sox are bust for me today because I like Lynn and I love the pricing of the guys. Robert, Abreu, Jimenez, Vaughn, Grandal, and Pollock. That group, 2 through 7, you only got one guy at 5K and Robert. Everybody else 4-4, 4-2, 3-8, 2-9, 3-4. So I'll good chance you'll see White Sox 4 hitters for me in today's lineup. I don't like Gonzalez. I don't respect him either.
Yeah, I don't either. I may have to build more of a little bit more of a cash type lineup for our members then, because it sounds like you're going to be going pretty contrarian with your main lineup.
I am. I'm going to be, and as everybody knows on here, this is what you have to understand about Coach Talk, and we're super proud of it, and we appreciate all you guys that are in here and gals that listen to us every day. We try to do this, and I'm so passionate about this. We try to do this for all of the people that play DFS like we play it. How many people? Why does everybody think that the majority of people that play DFS play 150 max lineups in all kinds of contests? Who has 20, 30 grand to put into this every day and play 7% of every other player in the league? I mean, if you do it and you can afford it, more power to you. It's just not realistic. Most people are trying to make, a dollar out of a dime and build a bankroll and choose the right contest. So we work so hard to get these lineups. Yeah. Is it a cash lineup? People say, Coach, that's not a cash lineup because you don't have all the chalk. You know what? You're not going to win a bunch with all the chalk all the time. You're also not going to be able to play cash with total contrarian lineup all the time either. You've got to have a mixture of it. And where you have games that are chalky or a contrarian play here or there, that's what we're all about here at Coach Talk. You're not going to find that anywhere else as a DFS provider. We love that you listen to the podcast. We love that
Yeah.
Are you there?
I am.
I lost you for a minute.
Yeah, did I? Because you weren't on my screen, so I thought that maybe you dropped off.
Everything dropped. Anybody in chat, can you hear us again? Did we lose everybody for a minute? Somebody give us a thumbs up that we are live again. Anybody? I can't tell if we're back live or not. I know I've never had it drop on me like that.
Yeah, I've never had this happen either. I don't know what.
I'm just afraid that we lost our chat. Let's type something in there. Oh, okay. King of Smack says we're here. All right. So anyway, I'll get off my maybe it crashed because I was so fired up here that people don't understand that we have to build some contrarian lineups as well that are going to take stuff down. Okay, so anyway, that's where I'm at. Obviously, no Seattle guys for me. Big White Sox game for me today. Texas and Houston crashed 7-10 in the Dome in Houston. I doubt it's going to be open yet. 8 is the total there. 3.53 implied for the Rangers. 4.47 for Houston. Martin Perez, the lefty for the Rangers, 8.1K. And the rookie that I talked extensively about earlier, the number one prospect in the Astros organization, and a high prospect in Major League Baseball overall, Hunter Brown, 5.2K, a steal. He's a lock and load in a lot of my lineups because of that price. And I think he's going to do just fine with that wicked curveball that he's got.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that call, Coach. I like some of the Houston bats here. Altuve's my BVP play of the day. The dude's hitting 300, and he's faced Perez 50 times. So anytime you can do that with that many at-bats, I think that's pretty impressive.
It is. Absolutely. I really am comfortable with Houston giving him some support. I like some of the righty sticks from the Astros side. Actually, my BVP play crash is one Mr. Shortman that gets it done. I really like Jose Altuve today.
We both like him, man.
Is that who you just said?
Yeah.
Okay. I apologize. I'm watching chat. Again, like you said, a lot of hits, 823 OPS, 472 slugging, 351 OBP. And I think he's just in a great spot. And I'll tell you, sometimes they want to lift some guys up and, that are young pitchers, give them some runs to work with. So I like the Astros, a sneaky little stack. They are expensive though.
They're expensive. And the only thing is they have some decent numbers, but they haven't hit any home runs against Perez. So that's a little bit of a concern for me.
Yeah. That's why I'm not a big stack on Houston today, but I do like couple one-offs there.
You need those homers or you're not going to have anything take down for sure.
It's a home run strikeout. That's what DFS is all about. I think it's almost a little too geared for those two things, Yeah. MB, thank you for that comment, MB, because you know what? I will stand my ground on what we provide here at Coach Talk and why we provide it until the end. Big, small, grow, whatever. We're not going to sell out to trying to give crap that that 0.1% of the people use. So I really do appreciate that, man. All right. Let's go to the next one. We've got the Cleveland Guardians at the Kansas City Royals. It is 79 degrees in KC, slight breeze blowing in from center at 6 miles an hour. Vegas total very low, 7, 3.71 implied for the Guardians, 3.29 for the Royals. Tristan Mckenzie, very popular on the slate, 10.7K. Brady Singer, 8.7K on that side. What's your take here?
I like Brady Singer. He's really turned it around. His last start, I think he struggled, but outside of that, he'd really been pitching well lately. Cleveland, they don't strike out a lot, so that is a concern. I'm not sure if I'm going to have any Singer in this matchup. I'm probably not going to have any McKenzie either. So I'm probably going to have maybe a one-off here, and that's probably about it. Not my favorite game on the slate.
Yeah, Tristan Mckenzie is my fade pitcher of the day, and he's the most expensive. 10.7 on DraftKings, 10.5 on Fanduel, and 50 on Yahoo. I just think he's overpriced. I don't think he's a terrible pitcher.
Yeah,
I know he did strike out 12 3-4 games ago, and everybody's gone crazy about that. Kansas City's young hitters are showing that they're good, man. I mean, you have Melendez and Witt above Sal Perez, who's been great, and Nick Prado, what a surprise he's been.
Yeah.
Michael A. Taylor, I always thought he could play. Massey's been good. They've got a nice young lineup. They've been very respectable since they traded away their top 2 players. And I don't think McKenzie is a bad play. At that price, from an ownership leverage standpoint and everything else, I just think he's a good fade today.
Yeah, I get that. I do.
I'm not wanting to pick bats up in this game either. Singer I respect enough that, this game just feels like a 3-2 type of game, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. It definitely does. Yeah. Ramirez, I think. I like a little bit on Cleveland side. That's probably about it for me.
Yeah, I always love Ramirez. He's 6K, but I'm not going to go there today because Deb will holler at me because she says I take him every game. All right, we have a 2-game
rules, though.
Yes, 2-game after hours late night slate.
Sorry, I just wanted to add this about Ramirez real quick. He's 5 for 11, 3 singles, a double, and a home run against Singer. So almost 500. Pretty good numbers.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. He's not human at times. All right, the 2-game after hours slate crash, 9:38, Detroit Tigers, Los Angeles Angels. Temperature still hot in LA, not as bad as it was yesterday. 5-mile-an-hour breeze blowing out to left, 90 degrees, 8.5 total in Vegas, 3.56 for the Tigers, 4.94 for the Angels. Tyler Alexander takes the bump for the Tigers, the lefties 5-6 against fellow lefty Jose Suarez at 7K flat. What do you say?
Yeah, I think I like Jose Suarez as my value pitcher today. The Tigers have the 4th highest strikeout rate. They've scored the fewest runs per game. I think this is a good spot for him. He's probably going to be pretty low owned you've got Hunter Brown at 5,200 on DraftKings and he's 7,000 over there. And then he's 8,000 on FanDuel and Brown 7,700. So I think Suarez will go overlooked against Detroit. But last time I picked on Detroit. They who was it? I picked a pitcher and he had like the best game of the year or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but he had like a complete game shutout or something. I don't expect that, but I do expect a good night from Suarez. So he's going to be my value pitcher.
I think that's a smart play, and I think he'll get some ownership too. And we're seeing that in the stack tool and the pitching tool. So Suarez not a bad play. He didn't quite make the cut for me, but I do like him. Don't like Tyler Alexander though. I think he's lousy.
Yeah.
So for that reason, believe it or not, I'm stacking the Angels. That's my other stack. I
like the Angels too.
Contrarian Angels, White Sox are my stacks today.
Yeah.
But I just think great spot, with Trout and Ohtani back in there swinging like they do. I just think it makes for such a different lineup. And I think you can get to Rengifo, you can get to Fletcher at the top. If you want to pay way down and look for a home run from Adele or Duffy or Stassi, you can go that route. I'll definitely have, 2-3 Angels in my lineup, mainly because I want to attack the Tyler Alexander pitching here.
Yeah.
And other than that, though, that's probably the only exposure I'll have here.
Yeah, they're my top stack.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. And I think Trout, I think he hits a home run, but I wouldn't overlook David Fletcher leading off. I think that's a good value, righty-lefty.
Yeah.
Fletcher's really good against lefties. So,
he's
Fletcher,
had a good month, too.
And Rengifo, too. They're both really good against lefties. So I think those are two of the lower-owned value plays on this slate that I'm going to try and put in all my lineups.
It makes it stackable with Trout and Ohtani because the cheapness of those other guys,
Definitely.
All right, my man, let's finish this out with the Giants versus the Dodgers, 10-10. So we got a late one, 87 degrees by then in LA. So temperature going down a little bit. 11-mile-an-hour wind blowing out to right center. 8.5 Vegas total, 3.39 implied for the Giants. 5.11, 5.11, big number for the Dodgers. Logan Webb 7.6K against Andrew Heaney, the lefty, 9.6K. What do you think here? Does Heaney deserve some of this chalkiness or no?
Yeah, I think so. To me, I think the few bats that the Giants have that really concern me against lefties, like Flores, Longoria. Outside of that, there's not a whole lot that I'm afraid of against the lefty here for the Giants. So I think that, Heaney, the thing with Heaney is earlier in the year, he was only pitching like 4 innings. But lately he's been pitching like 5 to 6, and he's had 8 or more strikeouts in the last 3 starts. So we can get, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts. San Francisco has been striking out a lot more lately. They're almost, I think they're in the bottom 10 now of strikeouts, where they were towards the top at the beginning of the year. So I think Heaney is going to be, my favorite pay-up pitcher on this slate. And then, either Suarez, Brown, combination of the two for my value.
Well, Heaney's my buy-up pitcher as well. So we agree.
Yeah.
That's unusual. We agree. Not only is San Francisco slumped, I mean, they just are not hitting, and they're striking out at a very high rate. Do you know that they are 3rd in Major League Baseball in striking out against lefties? Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
I mean, that's a pummel thing down from where they were in the standings.
Right.
There's only 2 teams that strike out more against lefties in all of Major League Baseball. I didn't think anybody would believe that stat.
The Brewers are probably one.
I'd have to look it back up, but I just think Heaney's in a good spot. San Fran slumped. I like him. He's 9,600 on DraftKings, 94 Fanduel, 41 on Yahoo. So it's fair. He's gone deeper in the last a couple of games, 5, 6 innings. He's not a guy that's going to give you 7 or 8.
Right.
So he's going to have to get those 7, 8, 9 strikeouts in 5 or 6 innings, more than likely. But, on a slate where there's not a ton of great buy-up pitching, just the way the Giants have been playing, they just don't have a lot of sting left in that lineup. I mean, their lineup is weak. Yeah. And I think Heaney can take advantage of it.
Yeah, I think so too. I do.
As far as my home run call of the day, it's in this game. It's Max Muncy.
Same.
I think you don't have Max Muncy, do you?
I do.
What?
I do.
Are you reading my notes? Did I post that already? You're cheating. You're cheating.
I've got Max Muncy as my home run call, I swear.
He's only 4 for 15 against Webb. That's it. Yeah. 2 home runs, 3 ribbies. He's walked 4 times, but a nice 1117 OPS, 667 slugging, 450 OBP. So I think Muncy's in the middle of that order. He gets overlooked sometimes, and I just love him in this matchup. I think I can afford a Dodgers stack, but I'd certainly like a couple, 2 Dodgers, even 3 if I can afford them.
Yeah, because Webb, last year he was all ground balls all the time. I think he had the highest ground ball rate. And this year he's been giving up more home runs. So I think Muncie's a good play for that. He's my home run call, as we mentioned. But, Bellinger, even Joey Gallo, I think those lefties at the bottom of the order are going to be good plays if you want to get to some Dodgers. I mean, because you're not going to be able to afford Turner and Freeman and Betts and Trout. It's just not going to happen. So
yeah. I mean, you got to pick and choose your spots there. Real quickly, want to say hello to Todd. Great. I'm so glad you joined us, man. And we're here every day. I mean, my favorite podcast of the year is Christmas Day for the NBA. So we are here with you, man. We are committed. You guys are family to us, and we're always going to be here when you need us. If there's a slate worth playing, we're definitely going to be there. What about Ward MB? I like him in that Angel stack as well. Again, I'll be stacking Angels and White Sox. I don't think Ward's like, lock and load, but he'll certainly make at his pricing in the middle of that lineup. I think he'll make some of my lineups as well. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? This would be the time to put them in chat. Just to wrap up, Crash, let's do that real quickly, and then we'll get on down the road with our stacks and our Boom fantasy picks. For me, I'm buying up to Haney. I like the values of Lynn and Brown. I'm fading McKenzie. BVP play is Altuve. Home run calls Muncy. My stacks are Angels and White Sox. And what about you?
Yeah, my BVP play is also Altuve. My home run call is also Max Muncy. My top pay-up pitcher is also Andrew Heaney. My value pitcher is Jose Suarez. And my fade is Blake Snell. So almost the exact same across the board. Kind of crazy.
We're pretty much on the same page today, and we've been a lot different lately. So that's good to see. It's a confidence builder for me to see that you came up with the same general idea on the builds. All right, Crash, this is time that you have to do your Boom Fantasy surprise stuff. Now, I'm giving you my 3 picks today. Okay. Give them out here in Discord. I'm going to play them on both Boom Fantasy. If you want to join Boom Fantasy, we have a link right attached here in YouTube in our bio, and we have a link attached on Twitter as well. If you want to go to dfscoachtalk.com, you can also sign up for Boom there. Also, PrizePicks, we're still working with PrizePicks, absolutely. So I'm going to give you my picks that I like at both spots. The first one for me is Altuve over 7.5 fantasy score on PrizePicks. I don't know if it's the same on Boom, Crash, but I do like Altuve with that low number. I like him in this matchup, and his BVP is good.
Yeah, they don't have, from what I've seen so far anyway, they don't have fantasy score, so it's probably going to be something else here. Let me see.
Or something to match it up to on
with Altuve, right?
Yep.
Okay, let me see if I can. So far, I haven't even found him. Altuve versus Seager hits. I don't know about that one.
I'll take that.
Okay.
And I love these matchups where they go against another player. I really do. I like Altuve better than Seager today.
Okay. All right. So we've got that one. And I think that might. Oh, over 0.5 hits is the other one.
Oh, yeah. Smash that
all day. Yeah. I'm with you.
My second pick here is on PrizePicks is Lance Lynn. I like Lance Lynn over 31.5 fantasy score. Again, I think he grinds out a good 8 innings here and is very effective. He's one of my go-to value pitchers. So that'll be my play on PrizePicks. We have any Lance Lynn comps on Boom?
Got on Boom here.
And I will get this squared away with Boom so that I have access to those boards. Absolutely. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. We've got a meeting with Boom as they're getting things up and rolling.
No, they've got Gonzalez, but they don't have Lynn. So
okay, so that's a PrizePicks play. And then as far as my third PrizePicks play, Crash, is Tristan Mckenzie under 36.5 fantasy score. I just don't think he gets the massive strikeouts here, and it gives up some runs. So I've got him projected at like 30, but 36.5 is a lot.
Yeah, I agree. So for me, I've got Anibal Sanchez over 2.5 runs allowed. I think he's going to get smashed by the Cardinals.
Okay.
So that'll be my early play. And then this is for PrizePicks, by the way.
Okay.
Max Muncy over 0.5 runs. I mean, if we like him to hit a home run, even if he doesn't, somebody can bring him home. He'll get over that number. And then and Andrew Heaney over 6 strikeouts. I like that number as well. Like I said, he's had 8, 10, and 10 his last 3 starts. So I like those strikeout props for him. And then on Boom, I've got Judge and Goldschmidt in the early at over 1.5 total bases.
Okay.
And then I have Altuve. I'm taking the same one. Jose Altuve over 0.5 hits. I think that's a lock and load.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. I had a question in chat there. What is our FanDuel stacks that we like? For me, my top stack is the Angels. Right now on FanDuel, it has an 18.2% share projection and 9.4% being a top stack potential. I'll give you 2 more that I like. Again, I like the White Sox. They're only at 8% ownership share, so definitely a little bit more contrarian there. 9% chance of being a top stack. And then I do like the Padres as well, if I can afford them. Think they're a nice third stack potential. Ownership 16, top stack potential, number 1 right now at 15.5.
Yeah, and then for me, I like the Angels as well. I also like Houston, and I like the White Sox. So those are my top 3 stacks.
Outstanding. Again, big shout out to all of our people, Payne, Rodney, DePrince, Bankroll Theory, MB, Dominic's back in there, RJ, King of Smack, King of All Trades, all of you guys that are regulars. I'm telling you, we're taking note of that. We're going to have some giveaways. As soon as we get some of these Boom Fantasy things in, we're going to reward some of our consistent members. Boy from Cali, Mr. Few, let's see, Fear Entertainment, Bev. I mean, everybody, we just really do appreciate you. We take notice of that every day. So, all right, I think that is everything, Crash. Can you think of anything else we need to do?
No, I think that was it.
Yeah, $110. So we went a little over, but not too bad. We had a few things that we had to get after. So, get well, Dominic, from COVID. Absolutely. Coach Mom says wants you to get well. She's got everybody under her wing here, and she keeps us in online. How many people's mom play DFS? How lucky am I to come up with DFS mom and dad?
Yeah, I don't think there's hardly any out there. I know my parents don't, and I'd be willing to bet most people's don't. So,
bred to be a DFS player. That's me.
Yeah.
All right, my friends, thank you so much. We're losing some folks here towards the end because they're saying, all right, we heard it all. We're ready to go make lineups. All right. Here we go. King of Smacks mom's in there too. Let's go. We'll have to have a Mother's Day special with the moms in here picking lineups. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun. That would be a lot of fun.
We'll have to do that one for sure. All right. Play back if you need to. It'll be up on everywhere. You'll have the audio podcast on Spotify and all the Apple podcasts, all those landing spots. You can listen to it again on YouTube and Twitter. Follow us throughout the day, members. We're going to be in there. All kinds of lineups here from 12:35, 105, 4:05, and 6:40. So a lot of action today. Have a great Labor Day. Enjoy it. If you're out there partying, picnicking, please don't drink and drive. I always want to say that on the holidays because it's ridiculous with Uber and everything else to do that now.
Yeah.
And we want to keep everybody safe and keep everybody in here.
For sure.
All right, my friends. Thank you very much. Max Kepler just got scratched. If you have him in there, thanks, boy from Cali. We will definitely be back. Tomorrow is Deb Day for those that Crash takes a break on Tuesdays, and the infamous, or should I say famous? Did I call her infamous? I meant famous. Deb Lutz will join me tomorrow, and we'll be here. We'll have 1:30 time the rest of the way, Tuesday through Sunday. All the rest 6 days, our regular time at 1:30. So have a great day. Have a safe one. Thanks, Crash. Great job. And we'll certainly be back again tomorrow when we look to crush it in MLB DFS and Boom Fantasy.